everyone. Welcome to Shell Point today for Monday, February 15th. I'm Adam Brown. On today's show, we'll preview an Academy class on Shakespearean comedies with Ray Boyce, and also a class on what the Bible is all about with Pastor Andy Hawkins. Finally, we will learn about the upcoming open house at the Springs. But first, we want to remind you of tomorrow night's concert in the Village Church Auditorium. You'll enjoy the operatic voice of Anne Tormella in this free concert. She is an accomplished concert recitalist who has performed in Germany, Italy, France, Sweden, Israel, and the U.S. Tormella specializes in bel canto technique, operatic, and early music styles. Come hear her performance of mixed styles including opera, Broadway, and operetta. That's tomorrow night at 6:45 in the Village Church. It's time once again for the Shell Point Art Show and Sale. This coming weekend, head over to the Village Church on Friday and Saturday for Artistic Expressions. Come meet Shell Point artists who will showcase their works of pottery, sculpture, painting, woodworking, lapidary, stained glass, 3D paper art, fiber, and textiles, and much more. The fun begins both days at 10 a.m. It's time for another Salute to Shakespeare with Session 3 of the 7-part series presented by resident Ray Boyce of Rosemont. In this presentation, the focus will be on comedies. Love's Labor's Lost, with its diverse array of storylines and characters, will be highlighted. This play contains between 200 and 240 puns and quibbles. Here's Terry Colath and Ray Boyce to give us a teaser.
Hello, I'm Terry Colath with Ray Boyce of Rosemont, and we're looking at the next installment in our Salute to Shakespeare 2016. The play we're going to discuss is a comedy.
Love's Labor's Lost. I recently saw it up in Canada at the Stratford Festival, and I must say that it was a joy. It's now one of my favorite plays. It's so funny, it's so well done, there's so many characters, and there's just a lot of fun things that happen in the play. I think everybody would enjoy it a great deal.
Sounds really good. Okay, you can join us for this installment, the comedy, Love's Labor's Lost, Tuesday, February 16th. Hope to see you there.
And now, Terry Colath returns with Pastor Andy Hawkins of the Village Church to talk about tomorrow's Academy class, What's the Bible All About? As Pastor Andy explains, the Bible is a book made up of many other books from many different authors. So what ties all those books together to make up the one book, the Bible? And is there an overriding theme that runs throughout the entire Bible? Well, let's listen to Terry and Pastor Andy as they tell us what's in store for this Academy class.
Hi, I'm Terry Colath, and I'm here today with our senior pastor of the Village Church, Dr. Andrew Hawkins. Thanks for joining me, Pastor Andy.
My pleasure.
We're always delighted to have you come into the Academy.
I'm always delighted to be there, absolutely.
It's wonderful to hear you teach in your sermons on Sunday. You know, to bring the Bible alive to us and focus on it. And it's actually a lesson on some of the
I
Sundays.
hope so. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is a little bit different. What's the Bible all about for anyone who wants to hear about the Bible?
Absolutely. And as you know, I've done a number of classes in the Academy, and a couple of them relate directly to the issue of what is this about the Bible? And and one of the courses that I dealt with had to do with the doctrine of inspiration. In other words, what does the Bible claim for itself in terms of its origin, provenance, that it comes from God, and the evidence for that, both internal and external evidence for that kind of thing. And then we also looked at how we got our Bible. In other words, what's the canon of Scripture? That's the term the theologians use to identify which books we include in the Bible. And so we had a class on that. But to look at it thematically and try to understand what the Bible is all about is a little bit different. It's sort of an extension of those earlier classes that were sort of the foundation on which this course is built. Because this course is really about, okay, what does the Bible mean? That's what this course is really intended to convey. What's the Bible all about? Because, basically, we have a book which is made up of a lot of other books. There are 66 books in the Bible, and there are more than 30 different authors, human authors in the Bible. And as you know, as we talked about in one of those original courses, even though there are so many different human authors, the ultimate author is said to be God. But that doesn't remove the personalities of the authors of the individual books.
Which is rich.
That's right. It makes it rich. It makes it interesting. Those perspectives are all important. So God, even though He's the author of the Bible, didn't supersede the personalities, the language, the culture of the actual human authors. But if that's the case, what ties all these 66 books into one book? What makes this one book? And that's really what I want to talk about in this particular class. What's the Bible all about? Because there is a theme that starts from the very beginning of the book of Genesis, the very first book of the Bible, that runs all the way through the end of the New Testament in the book of Revelation. And it helps explain why things happened the way they did, why God established a nation through whom a Messiah would come, what God intends to do with fallen humanity and restoring that fallen humanity to the kind of relationship that He had with Adam and Eve, for instance. And there is an overriding theme that runs all the way through the Scriptures that I think helps us to see that even though you have 66 books, it really is one book.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
Now, it occurs to me, the older I get, Pastor Andy, and I'd like to have you weigh in on this, that there are more reasons than ever that I need to return to the Bible. Sometimes I get too self-satisfied with my faith and my spirituality. Sometimes something just stops me in my tracks, and it's, And I love that you keep offering these classes. Am I unusual in my thinking?
Well, I hope not.
Yeah.
I hope everybody wants to learn and grow like that. I certainly do. And then the Bible is one of those things that even though I've studied it for decades, I study it every day and find new things that challenge me.
Absolutely.
In fact, sometimes I don't, they challenge me in ways I don't want to be challenged.
Exactly.
They take me apart.
Is that partly why we stop sometimes looking at it so
probably
much?
so. I'm almost afraid, okay, what's it going to do to me today?
Yeah.
But it does that, and it's ultimately to our benefit and to God's glory that the Bible is like that. It's like the author of Hebrews said, it's like a two-edged sword capable of dividing soul and spirit. And so it helps us to do surgery on our souls. That's what the Bible can do if you understand what it's about.
Sure. And it can be so uplifting.
Indeed.
And nourishing. Good. Well,
Yeah.
we look forward to this so much. What's the Bible all about with our own Pastor Andy Hawkins?
If you were able to attend this year's gala event, then you heard about the exciting expansion that's planned in the coming years here at Shell Point. Please take note, there will be a very special one-time televising of the gala event on Shell Point TV Channel 12. That's this Friday at 7 p.m. in case you were unable to attend. The expansion starts at the location of the Springs Assisted Living Facility, and we want you to hear more about it firsthand at a special Springs Expansion and Waters Watch launch event on Thursday, March 3rd. Here, watch this for a little taste of what's to come.
Wow, that gala was really something. And look, this is the home of Waters Watch.
Vivian, look what I just got in from the architects, fresh off the plans.
Wow.
Not sure if we're supposed to see these yet, but wow, there's a lot coming to this neighborhood.
Look, there's a skilled nursing facility.
Wow, look at the expansions to the Springs. And is that a memory care?
It sure looks like it.
Wow.
Girls, you might want to turn these plans around. They'll make a little bit more sense, okay? And you know what? Since all of these great ideas and plans are coming out, don't you think we should invite the Shell Point residents to come and see these?
Absolutely. I think we should invite them out March 3rd.
Awesome. Let's get started.
Perfect.
Okay, so entertainment we got going?
John Reese Project is booked and ready to be there.
Great. Tent?
We've got that. It'll be the whole front of the Springs.
Wonderful. Catering?
We've got all kinds of delicious goodies.
Awesome.
Gotta have food.
Okay, how about those model apartments?
We're working on it, Rita.
All right. And the floor plans are coming along?
They are fresh
Great.
from the architects.
Great. Speaking of architects, they've got this down on their calendar.
They do, and the interior designer will be here to show off all the exciting things coming to the Springs.
Oh, I'm so excited for our residents to meet these experts that we've been working with side by side. What else is on our list? We've got to have buses. Got to get the people here, right?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Door
Okay.
to door.
All right. Now, what was that date?
Thursday, March 3rd.
Great. We are so excited to invite all of Shell Point. Shell Point residents, come out, see the new Waters Watch neighborhood and the wonderful enhancements that we have planned for here at the spring.
It's easy to attend the Waters Watch neighborhood launch event entitled Diving into the Details on March 3rd. Court pickups will be provided for door-to-door transportation to and from the Springs, as space will not be available for individual parking. Look for more details in the March issue of Shell Point Life magazine, or contact McKenzie Millis at 600-6424.
Come on out, everybody.
Remember, there will be adequate transportation to and from the Springs for the event, as there will not be space available for individual parking. And now it's time for all today's happenings, Academy news, menus, and Village Church connections. Right after this, listening to the Words Preview from David Howenstein.
The scene is set with the sun rising orange-red over the ocean, leaving a fiery, shimmering trail from the beach to the horizon. With those words, Norm Ziegler of Sanibel begins his surfing story titled A World Away. It's the first piece on this week's encore edition of Listening to the Words. You'll hear from 4 Shell Point residents, including a memory of all-out street play on Long Island, New York. The stories and poems range from beautiful odes to women to a dangerous way to love the ocean. From laugh-out-loud fun at a Wisconsin family restaurant to giving second chances to employees of a Fort Myers restaurant. Just remember, there will be earlier time references because this is Program 85, first aired in October of 2012. As always, this Listening to the Words 30-minute program is repeated at the top and again at the bottom of each hour all day and all night, all 7 days this week. That's on Shell Point Channel 12 for all those who receive that channel. Other Shell Pointers and friends and family members can go to my webpage at www.shellpoint.net/listening and follow directions back to Program 85. And thank you for listening to the words.
Hello and welcome to the Happening segment of Shell Point TV. I'm Caitlin Van Scoy.
And I'm Bev Chandley.
And we're going to give you all of Monday's activities. We start at 8 o'clock with men's match play tennis at the Woodlands Tennis Courts. Then we move to 8:45 for virtual bowling in the Resident Activity Center. Billiards will be played in the Resident Activity Center at 9:15. And also at 9:15, the Lollygaggers Paddlers will be heading out for their weekly outing from the kayak storage. Pottery with instruction is down in the Pottery Studio in the Island Tunnel at 9:15. And then we move to 10 o'clock for men's match play tennis at the Woodlands Tennis Courts. 10 o'clock's also the time for the Suzy Q to head out to Matanzas on the Bay. Sign up is required for those trips. We have a Health Connections class at 10:15. Sugar Busters, that's in the Social Center. You do need to sign up for that program. At 10:30, we have Disciple Men's Bible Study Group in the Woodlands Game Room. And at 10:45, we have Table Tennis Playing Clinic in the Tarpon Room on the island. Our last morning activity is 11:30, Agility and Flexibility. That's in the Health Club, and that one is currently closed. Here's Bev to tell you all about our afternoon.
Thank you, Caitlin. At 12 o'clock today, we start with Mahjong. That's in the Sable Room down at the Woodlands. That's followed by Samba at 1:15. That's at the Resident Activity Center. Tone chimes will be practicing in the Osprey Room at 1:15. And from 1:30 to 3:30, you'll find the Model Train Room open for tours. We have a Health Connections class at 1:45, Balance and Mobility for Beginners. That's in the Health Club. It's currently full. The Beady-Eyed Bead Club will be in the Oak Room of the Woodlands at 2 o'clock. And we move to 3 o'clock for a Health Connections class, Pilates Stretch. That's in the Health Club. On to 5 o'clock, where you'll find the singles table at the Crystal Dining Room available if you're interested. And then we have the Beginners Square Dancing Group in the Health Club at 6:30. And also at 6:30, we have the duplicate bridge game going on in the game room of the Woodlands. Our final activity of the day is 7:30 with square dancing in the health club, and that's currently full. We're happy to see you here today, and we'll see you back here again tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Terry Colath with your Academy information for Monday. At 10 o'clock, we will have NATO, the Geopolitics of the North Atlantic Alliance. This will take place in the Grand Cypress Room of the Woodlands, and it is our second session. You can sign up right at the door. At 10:15, we have iPad, apps, continuing in the Manatee Room on the island. And at 10:30, Anatomy of Words. We'll meet again in the Oak Room of the Woodlands, and all are welcome. I'd like to tell you about a new class coming tomorrow. It is Salute to Shakespeare, and this time the Comedies. We also have What's the Bible All About with our senior pastor, Andrew Hawkins.
Menus for Monday. In the Crystal Room, the Crystal Platter is beef lasagna with garlic breadsticks and Italian green beans. The dinner special is Old Home Cooking Night for $13.95. The soup of the day is beef noodle. In the Island Cafe for lunch, the special is a mushroom Swiss burger with onion rings for $7.75. The dinner special is grilled catfish with roasted potatoes and mixed vegetables for $8.75. And the Palm Grill is closed on Mondays. All menus are available 24 hours a day at www.shellpoint.net.
Hi, I'm Dotty Morrison, and I'm here with Shar Stemple to talk about this week's Global Outreach meeting. Welcome, Shar.
Thank you.
So, on the TV, the presidential primaries are going strong.
Did you say going strong or smelling strong? Just kidding.
I think you're right. Fortunately for us, women's ministries have already had their elections.
Right.
And I think this Wednesday is our opportunity to meet the new people who are going to be in the leadership for this year. Tell me about that.
That's right. And there are a lot of names that you could say when leadership is in transition. You can say pass the gavel, or you can say changing of the guard,
Okay.
or you can say passing the baton, like a relay race. We've chosen to say passing the torch,
Okay.
like the Olympic torch, from runner to runner, because we think that what we have is more a torch than anything else. It's a passion for seeing things happen around the world through the ministry of women.
All right. So we're also going to be honoring past leadership. Who is going to be honored?
Well, Eleanor Pease has been our leader, and she's been 6 years, and the Constitution of the Church limits her to 6 years.
Okay.
And so we're very sorry to see her go. She's done a fantastic job.
Yes.
But at the recent elections, our new leader was elected for women's ministries, and it is Jerry Nanfelt.
All right.
So we will be transitioning from Eleanor to Jerry in a sort of formal ceremony.
All right. That's wonderful. Now, I know that it's not just the president who does all the work for women's ministries. There's so many things they do around Shell Point. Tell me who else you're going to be talking about and introducing.
Well, we have a complete women's ministries team. It includes, of course, a secretary and a treasurer, and it includes, they will be staying on.
Okay.
And then it includes members at large. It includes the head of Bible studies, and that will be a transition. The head of the prayer service that we have on Tuesday afternoons, and one member will be changing in that. And then the Global Outreach Program chairperson will be staying on. So some changes and some not, but we'll be saying something about everybody.
Okay. You know, there might be some people who've never come to Global Outreach who don't know about the ministries you just mentioned. Who here at Shell Point might be interested in coming, and what could they learn by coming to this meeting?
Well, let me tell you, first of all, the people who have been to Global Outreach, I feel like they should be there to honor someone who's done a good job in leadership, and just come out of that reason. But I think anybody will like this program because it will be explanatory, it will be humorous, it will, hopefully, it will be some information given, and of course, we have refreshments at the beginning.
Right.
But even so, that we've planned a really good, fast-paced, complete program, and it's not just standing and say, goodbye, Eleanor, hello, Jerry. It's got a real good, full 1 hour program.
All right. Well, I look forward to it.
Yeah.
I hope that you will all join us. Everyone is welcome this Wednesday, February 17th at 10:15 in the hospitality room of the church. Come early at 10 o'clock for refreshments and bring your friends.
Thanks for joining us for today's program. Return tomorrow when we will learn about this week's Academy class on the Middle East turmoil. and a medical breakthrough seminar on skin cancer coming next week. Until then, I'm Adam Brown, and this has been Shell Point Today for Monday, February 15th. On behalf of everyone on the Shell Point TV staff, we wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.